Hey, what's up, guys? We are back again to break down the biggest event in Clash Royale history, the Crown Down. It's happening between March 12th and March 24th, and you get to pick between your favorite YouTubers, including, hopefully, me. If you guys haven't signed up already, click the link in the description of the video or in the pinned comment and choose my team. After I quickly explain the event, we're going to be breaking down the 3 best decks for the global tournament, so we can have the highest win rate and crush the competition. All you have to do is click the link in the description of the video, sign up with your Supercell ID, and choose Team Goblin. Gary the Goblin is living large, and Mohammed Light, the best player in the entire world, has already signed up for our team. So I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. The event has 3 different stages: the Royale tournament, which is basically a global tournament, a 2v2 challenge, and an infinite elixir challenge. The winners of the entire event are decided by win rate. So no matter how many people sign up, it only matters about the quality of the player. And I wouldn't trade you guys for anyone else. No matter how you do in the event, there's going to be a ton of rewards though. For the first event, if you get 1 win, you'll get a heal buddy emote. You gotta love those spicy limited emotes. And I get a whole bunch of magic coins to give away to the community. The more we win, the more we get. And if the Goblin team gets the highest win rate out of everyone, we will get an extra special surprise. Supercell had all the team captains on a call, and they wouldn't even tell us what it was. All they said it was massive and that we definitely wanted to win it. Usually they tell us this stuff beforehand, but I guess it was so big that they had to keep it a secret. So you guys already know, we gotta win this thing. The very first part of the event is the Royale tournament, which is a whole bunch of 1v1 battles, basically like a global tournament. If we get a high win rate here, we're gonna be starting the event extremely strong. So that's why I'm gonna be breaking down my top 3 decks for the tournament. The very first deck is the Skeleton King Graveyard deck. You can run it with Fireball or you can run it with Freeze. Freeze is a little bit more risky. If your opponent's got poison, it's not gonna feel as good. While Fireball is generally more safe, especially if you're playing into people with magic archers, bait decks, and people that are starting to run poison again. Graveyard right now is one of the most consistent cards in the game. 5 out of the top 10 in the world last season were all running Graveyard. So I think that Clash Royale probably needs to nerf it or change it or rework it in some way, because it is by far the most consistent and strongest win condition. No matter what your opponent's got, you're going to be able to defend with a Valkyrie and Zappies to stop bridge spam and Tombstone to distract any win condition. And the best part of using Tombstone is all of your skeletons get recycled to the Skeleton King. So they basically go from your side of the map from defending to offense on your opponent's tower, and they get instant karma. I love running Graveyard decks because of great defense, and then having an offensive win condition that can get directly on top of your opponent's tower feels kind of cheesy, and it feels like you don't even earn your damage. This would be my personal #1 deck for the global tournament because it's so safe, pretty easy to use, and it's something that I'm really comfortable with. Obviously, if you're comfortable with a specific deck that I don't list, run that deck instead. If you've been playing a deck for a long period of time and you understand all the interactions, you're going to perform a lot better with that deck instead of running a deck that I suggest, even if my deck is better. But if you understand a variety of different decks and you want to play the strongest ones, Graveyard is definitely it. So let's go jump right into a game and show you why it's so strong. So it's time to show you guys my favorite deck for global tournaments and grand challenges. I think this is the most solid deck, at least for me. If you're running Tombstone, Valkyrie, and Skeleton King, you got a ton of splash damage into Royal Hogs and all the bait cards that are in the meta. And of course, we're running Fireball so we don't get caught out of position if our opponent's gonna have a Fly Machine or Skeleton Dragons, and maybe even Elixir Collector. If you're running Graveyard and you got Freeze, that could be a problem. So we're gonna see Tombstone and Valkyrie from our opponent. I'm gonna expect that it's gonna be maybe the exact same deck as us because this is played consistently in the top 200. So it would make sense for this guy to be running the similar deck as us. I want to win the battle at the river though. If we can win the battle at the river with Inferno Dragon, that's a vibe. Oh wait, I don't know if he has the same deck as me anymore. Oh, he's gonna have Archer Queen. So I'm gonna Skeleton King the other side. I'm gonna get ready for him to go in for the Archer Queen ability, and I'll Fireball on it. You Fireball on the Archer Queen and they use the ability, it's completely wasted. So that is something that is always fun. And in the meantime, ooh, never mind. It was all part of the plan until it wasn't. All right, we're gonna have to Valkyrie here with the Skeleton King coming in the right-hand side. He might be down enough elixir for me to get the Skeleton King onto the tower. Yo, look at that. So Archer Queen pops off, but it's not as strong as the King, hammering the tower, surrounding him with skeletons, forcing out another Valkyrie, devouring the Tombstone, and putting me in a really good position. I love that the Valkyrie and the Zappies are still counter-pushing the left-hand side because, you know, Barbaro is not going to be able to clean that up. You have to spend way more elixir. And because we've got the Inferno Dragon flying high in the sky, we look down on your Valkyrie and we're like, you know, that's not something that we have to worry about. We're eating that for breakfast out here, frying that like scrambled eggs, man. So I think the Inferno Dragon is going to force out Zappies or something. Ooh, are you kidding me? I should have went in for a Graveyard. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Didn't know what he was going to do. I thought his deck was similar to me, dude. I thought he would go for the Zappies for sure. Okay, so I'll cycle Zappies in the back. My Zappies are slightly underleveled. You guys will have every single card available for you guys at tournament standard in the global tournament that's coming out, so you won't have to worry about that at all. If you prefer running Archer Queen, you can run Archer Queen in this deck too. It's just not near as good as running the variation with Skeleton King, because as he goes in for a poison on top of the skeletons, we're able to get all those souls collected for the Skeleton King to get more value. Also, when he goes and spams enemy and I've got a Tombstone, we collect all those souls and we get more power for the King. So when your opponent's got Tombstone, it's actually going to be helping you more than it hurts you. I'm going to Fireball on top of the Baby Dragon and the Valkyrie, hopefully being able to hit everything. That would be ideal. Look at that snag, guys. That's beautiful. So I'm not going to pop the ability because it would go right into a Baby Dragon. It's just simply not worth it. I'll go for a Valkyrie here. We're going to try to go in for some more spam here. If we can, that would be awesome. If not, then it's all good too. I'm going to Tombstone and I'll Fireball when he starts to spam more stuff at the river. Reason why we do this is we got to kill the Valkyrie, we got to kill the Baby Dragon, we got to kill everything else. Skeleton King, I choose you! So obviously this is a little bit problematic because he's able to get more value with his skeletons on top of my tower where I'm not able to finish them off quickly, but the poison is out of cycle. So when the poison's out of the cycle, we come out to play. I'm going to go in for the Valkyrie at the river with the graveyard whenever I get the opportunity, because I do win the battle at the river here with my Inferno Dragon melting his Baby Dragon. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to leak a little bit of elixir to make sure the Baby Dragon crosses, and then I'll go in for my graveyard. So this is our opportunity. This is our moment. This is our time. If I go in for arrows and Fireball, I should be able to walk away with a win, even though my opponent's got poison. So if you guys play against Graveyard Poison and you've got Graveyard Fireball, you are at a disadvantage, but if you have Skeleton King, you can still pull it out. And that's why I prefer Skeleton King in this type of Graveyard Control deck over the Archer Queen. And if you guys want more gameplay from any of the 3 decks that I mentioned today, check out the pinned comment. Inside the pinned comment, I'm going to have a video on each one of the decks that I mentioned today, so you guys will have more tips and tricks to crush the global tournament. And do not forget to sign up for the Clash Royale event. The link will be down below in the description of the video. Choose my team. And the second deck of the day is this Archer Queen Railhog Cycle deck that you guys have seen a million times. This is by far pro players' favorite deck. No matter what you play against, because of the quick card cycle, you can outplay your opponent. Archer Queen also kind of feels like cheating. If you go invisible, you're probably going to shred whatever your opponent drops, and it's hard not to get a positive elixir trade with it. You'll usually get really good positive elixir trades with your cheap elixir fast cycle cards, rail delivery, and cannon. And when you get an elixir advantage, especially in single elixir, you're going to get all of your damage with Rail Hogs and Archer Queen. And as the game gets on later, if you can't get enough damage with your Rail Hogs or Archer Queen, you can just Earthquake cycle out your opponent while defending like the most annoying person on the planet, raining down rail deliveries, having your Archer Queen going invisible so no one can break through that, and then distracting your opponent with cheap cannons so all their win conditions are going to get negative elixir trades and skeletons to distract any bridge spam. This deck definitely takes more skill than the graveyard deck that I showed before that, because you have to know a lot of different placements and people are used to playing against it. But it's still an amazing choice if you know how to play it well. So let's go jump straight into a game and assert dominance. All right, guys, so the second deck of the day is most commonly played by pro players. If you play it well enough, you can win any matchup. The only things that are going to be really tough are if you play against a Lava Hound deck with a Fireball and maybe even like, you know, a Building too. But that's not going to be super common in the meta. Lava Hound season is come and gone, and now there's new cards out here, especially with the Dark Prince being boosted instead of Lava Hound. So I'm going to go for the Archer Queen, finish off the Princess, probably going to go in for a Skeleton Army or something. Yeah, so I wanted to go invisible just because I was like, if I let that Archer Queen die, you guys will never let me hear the end of it. Don't let it die, though. Maybe you guys trolled a little bit. I won't have to respond to the Skeleton Army, but I could have just waited, not popped the ability, dropped a Fire Spirit on that instead. Oh, he's so clean. I can't believe he decided to do that. He predicted my high skeletons, knowing that the skeletons would be able to shut down all of the Dark Goblin damage. If you drop your skeletons as high up as possible against a Dark Goblin, you will get a really good trade. This guy's a great player. Credit where credit is due. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that log down in time, but I've got Rail Delivery and I've got Fire Spirit, so I'm just going to be a mobile gaming athlete, release the Rail Delivery, and take absolutely no damage. If you use your Fire Spirit in the back and then go in for a Skeletons right after, you can completely counter a Goblin Barrel too. I wonder if I'm going to have to show you guys that today. I don't think so, but yeah, we're playing against a really good player, so might have to. Anyway, usually when you play against a bridge spammer or you play against a log bait player, you will get very good matchups. So that's the reason why a lot of people play this, especially on ladder or global tournaments. If you can get those positive interactions with Fire Spirits in a fast cycle, it will generally behoove you or benefit you. So I'm going to predict that he goes in for a Skeleton Army. He doesn't. Oh my gosh. Dude. He cheesed me right there. It's fine because we still get a connection with the Archer Queen anyway, and I'm going to go in for Rail Hogs and Earthquake if he Skeleton Armies. Please go for the Skeleton Army. I don't have enough elixir. I didn't have enough elixir for a long time. Don't think it matters that much. We get a ton of value from that as well. I'm going to Skeletons, and it looks like I have a pretty bad card cycle to deal with a Goblin Barrel. So I'm going to cycle back to a log and not try to use a Rail Delivery if I don't have to. What are you going to do? Okay, I'm going to Rail Delivery on it. I'm going to Rail Delivery out here. I want a cannon up high and then Rail Delivery as quickly as we can on top of the Goblin Barrel. Please shutting it all down. Feels phenomenal. And I also think that the Royale recruit is going to be able to tank, so no princesses at the river for our opponent too. Yeah, has to drop it in the back. Looks good, looks clean, looks pristine. Archer Queen, do you have the range to finish off the princess? You do not. Oh, that is disappointing if I've ever seen it. Maybe you can still kill everything with Archer Queen. Yo, Archer Queen is a fundamentally just unfair card. The fact that it popped off and did that much damage is really ridiculous. I'm going to go in for another cannon here. I don't think that the skeleton killed it. He's going to have to go for the skeleton army. And unfortunately, since my Earthquake is under leveled, I don't like one-tap the skeletons. But that little Larry that was able to persevere through the pain and finish off the Dark Goblin, he is going to have tales written about him in history. So when the Valkyrie's out of cycle, you just go in for Royal Hogs and Earthquake again on the skeleton army. He might rocket me if he's got it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to eat a lot of damage going for the Royal delivery here. Earthquake when I can. Make sure that I don't pop the Archer Queen ability too early, so then when we get the Valkyrie, we completely cannibalize it. And I wait for the opportune moment to go in for the Royal delivery on top of the Goblin Barrel and the Skeletons. Because if I drop it too soon, then I'm not going to get as much value as I otherwise would have. So he's just going to leave the game. GG, well played, and peace out. If you guys are sick and tired of playing against Logbait, you hard counter every Logbait player imaginable and the Bridge Spam guys. The only two decks that you don't want to be playing against are Lava Hound and Mega Knight. Mega Knight's winnable. Lava Hound is going to be a lot harder. For the third deck, I gotta be real with you guys. I'm not going to add in different deck types just because I want to spice things up. I want to show you the best 3 decks for the global tournament. So yes, it's going to be another graveyard deck. And yes, this is going to be the most no-skill deck imaginable, Giant Graveyard. We're here to win, and I don't care how dirty the deck is. There are 2 different versions that you guys can run. I'm going to put them both on the screen right here. Personally, I prefer the Archer Queen variation. The other one does work with Skeleton King, and it was played in the top 10 by 2 different players. But the Archer Queen is just a little bit more reliable, and I think it's the best card in the game. When you go for a Giant at the river and go in for a Graveyard on top of your opponent's tower, you're almost always guaranteed to do damage. Either the Giant's going to hit the tower, or the Graveyard Skeletons completely crush anything they try to defend with. And if they try to go opposite lane, they're just going to go into a Skeleton Army and Bats and get a negative elixir trade. If you're not that confident in your Clash Royale abilities and you want a deck that is probably going to give you more wins than losses, I would definitely turn to Giant Graveyard. So let's go jump right into a game and show you the true power of Giant Graveyard. Showcasing the most skillless deck in Clash Royale. I feel a little bit bad doing this, but it's for a good cause. We gotta win. Team Goblins for the W out here. So I want to go in for a Giant whenever I get the opportunity to. I'll just cycle Dark Prince in the back and I'll play safe and sound. And when we've got Giant Graveyard in our hand, we can just eliminate any bait card like Dark Goblins, Goblin Gang, Skeleton Armies with ease. And I won't have to worry with that at all. Also, we're probably playing against a P.E.K.K.A player, so this could be problematic if he's going to have poison. Most of the time, they're not going to have poison still. So that's why Graveyard is one of the most busted win conditions in the game. Yeah, look at that. He's going to have Fireball instead. I think we can get minions down to finish off the Magic Archer, especially after he overcommits there. I don't know if he's going to have a good counter to this. Like, if you P.E.K.K.A, that's not going to be able to finish us off in time. Oh, if I Snowball, I'm going to be able to kill the Electro Wizard. Why did I Snowball that? I thought my level 13 minions weren't able to kill it by itself. I knew the interaction with level 14. I just didn't trust them, you know? When you got under-leveled cards, you guys are probably used to, like, overspending to defend everything or overspending to finish things off, but I gotta rely a little bit more on my minions out here. Or maybe Electro Wizard is just a terrible card. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think there. Dark Prince coming through. Come on, give me some value. Force out a Bandit. And I love and hate how this glitch still happens. Bandit should nullify all the charge damage from the Dark Prince, but it doesn't work that more. So used to just be able to shut down the Dark Prince's charge every single time, and you'll get a lot of value. Also, does this guy know what's about to happen to him? Does he know what's going to happen? Like, I'm in a Giant Graveyard. I'm not going to care about your P.E.K.K.A or anything there. I'll go Archer Queen to finish off your P.E.K.K.A, and I'll be vibing, because that's a lot of skeletons swarming up on you. Looks like he's going to try to 3-crown me in base race. That's an interesting decision, my dude. So I'm going to Archer Queen here first and foremost. I'm going to have it lock onto the P.E.K.K.A. And I can get the Archer Queen ability to come down. So the P.E.K.K.A dies. The Royale Ghost probably dies too. And I've done a lot more damage on his other side. If you've got Giant Graveyard, you can Giant in the pocket and then Skeleton Army as well and finish off whatever they drop on the Giant. Unless they got Zap or Electro Wizard like this guy, but I don't think he's going to always have it in cycle. Also, Archer Queen, are you ready to pop off for me, baby? Let's go. So Dark Prince is going to come through. I can definitely go in for the Giant Graveyard when I get the availability to. I don't even think the P.E.K.K.A is a worry at all. Like, if I Giant Graveyard and I have the Archer Queen locked on your 3-crown, you're going to get 3-crown. There is no avoiding that, my dude. We are hitting you from every single angle. We are not squandering any opportunity, and we are going to seize all of your crowns. I guess it's fitting. We're taking all of his crowns down. We are truly fulfilling the purpose of the Clash Royale event. On a real note, before we end the video today, I just want to say huge thanks to everyone that's been supporting me for literally 4 to 5 years that I've been creating content. Clash Royale's been alive for 6 years now, and it feels like it has impacted my life in more ways than I've ever imagined. You guys have made it so much better, and I can't wait for many more years to come. It's really cool that we can celebrate Clash Royale's birthday together in this type of way, and hopefully we can assert dominance. If you guys enjoyed today's video, leave a like, subscribe for more daily content, and have an awesome rest of your day.